this month, but it's unclear exactly when the two discussed 2024. Beyond the rough political wins and poor approval ratings, it's Joe Biden's age that has fueled questions about his future. The 79-year-old was the oldest president to take office at 78 and would be 82 at the start of his second term, should he successfully seek one. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Israeli officials reporting their country's new laser missile defense system has successfully intercepted mortars, rockets, and anti-tank missiles in recent testing. The Israeli-made laser system known as the Iron Beam. More on these stories, townhall.com.
We are 5 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this Tuesday morning. 34 degrees, sunny. It feels like 29 outside.
Local information that makes a difference. Here's your regional weather.
Sunny today with a high of 50 degrees. A northwest wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour. A chance of a shower tonight, otherwise cloudy. Lows in the lower 40s. Showers likely in the afternoon on Wednesday. Breezy, highs in the mid-50s. A south-southeast wind at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Wednesday wind gusts of 40 miles per hour. Showers early Wednesday night, breezy. Temperatures around 48. A south wind overnight Wednesday at 15 miles an hour. Wind gusts could reach 40 miles per hour before midnight. Sunny on Thursday with a high of 70 degrees. A west wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Friday, a chance of showers, otherwise cloudy. Temperatures in the mid-70s. As we roll through this Tuesday, partly cloudy skies across central Illinois, 34 in Bloomington, 33 in Hayworth, 35 in Leroy, 35 in Farmer City, 35 in Champaign, 36 in Monticello, 34 in Decatur, 35 in Lincoln, 34 in Springfield, and 34 in Peoria. 34, partly cloudy in Clinton, a wind chill of 29. Northwest winds are calm, 78% humidity, 10 miles of visibility this morning. Get the latest in local weather at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Everyone knows wind farms bring tax revenue and jobs, but what else can they do for our community? Apex Clean Energy is investing all across Illinois in homegrown wind and solar farms that help secure American energy independence. Without relying on volatile fuel prices, renewable energy keeps our air and water clean for people, crops, and wildlife. Apex Clean Energy is powering stronger communities across Illinois. Learn more at apexcleanenergy.com.
CEO Paul Skowron here from Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. Preventative health care protects you from infections, whether COVID, the flu, or other respiratory ailments. Schedule your appointment now by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
When it comes to fire and water restoration, ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties can make your emergency or disaster like it never even happened. Find out all the services they provide by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Do you want a chance to positively impact the community and grow your career? If you've got the passion, Memorial is the place. Right now, Memorial Health is hiring for a wide range of positions across multiple departments and clinic areas. Apply your passion today. Visit us online at jobs.memorial.health to see all available positions, benefits, and more. Come discover all the things Memorial has to offer. Memorial is an equal opportunity employer.
Life is uncertain. Stop in and see me, State Farm Agent Jason France, on the west side of the Clinton Square, or click our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com and see how our full lineup of State Farm insurance and financial services can help protect your family.
Local farm broadcaster Jared White covers the local agriculture news you need to know. Hear his reports by downloading the free WHOW mobile app.
It is 8 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. Partly sunny in Clinton, 34 degrees. It feels like 29 outside.
From regional radio, DeWittDailyNews.com and the WHOW app. This is local information making a difference.
Thanks for being with us here on this Tuesday. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. At the first meeting of May, the Clinton City Council will consider an ordinance change for how late golf carts can be out on city streets. The ordinance took effect late in the summer of 2020, and 2021 was the first full year of the ordinance. Commissioners felt limited issues through the first full year would be worthwhile to try to expand the ordinance to 9 or 10 p.m.
I'm ready to negotiate down and, try. We tried this for a year, seeing that there's no problem. Maybe we need to take and just go 9 o'clock and see how that goes. If there's no issues, then we can maybe see if that's an issue with any of them after that. I have no problem with that. And that's a little less. 9 might be a better time.
Because we were talking when we started this to ease into it.
Yeah. And so maybe we just try at 9, and if there's any issues, then we can always take it off the books. And we don't have to extend it if we don't want to. And I'm willing to look at that instead of going to the 10. It's not a big deal, but I mean, a little later, just like he's saying, it gets lighter in the summertime. It's light till later on. In the fall and the spring, no, it gets dark, and it's really pitch dark by 9.
Actually a summer vehicle anyway.
Yeah, and that's basically what they're going to be wanting to use it for. But 9 should be plenty. And maybe if we kind of see how that goes, and if there's any issues, we can stop it. And if it's not an issue, we can maybe extend it in the future. But at least give them something for now, if that's something that pleases you guys.
At the advice of Clinton Police Chief Ben Lowers, a 9 p.m. curfew for the golf carts is not much past sunset on a midsummer night, and felt the council could expand to 10 p.m.
I will say on that, during the summer months when they are busiest, 9 o'clock is probably not an extension to a half an hour after sunset.
Might even shorten it.
Yeah.
So
Might even shorten it.
So then it's just a half an hour or 9 o'clock, whichever comes first. How do you word it?
That's what's going to be tough to enforce
I
that.
don't know. I was just going to point out that I'm not sure,
Okay.
4th of July, that 9 o'clock is really any extension. So
Okay.
I'd say if you're going to go 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock is
Okay. All right.
But it'd be kind of difficult though, to kind of split it, say in spring and fall, say 9 o'clock or something, and summertime have it set for these hours, between this hour and this hour. In summertime, that'd be.
While up to this point in the life of the ordinance, there have been minimal issues. Chief Flowers is concerned about the later the ordinance goes, the more likely a golf cart operator encounters an impaired operator of a vehicle.
Right now, it basically follows hunting hours, which is a half an hour before sunrise to a half an hour after sunset. Even those half an hours are still enough light. I'm not going to sit here and preach that it's incredibly unsafe. We've not had any issues, but I do have a bigger concern of nighttime hours and late night. There's slow moving vehicles on the road. You mentioned things on the square. Well, we don't have concerts on the square. We have, and it's nice to have those events, but sometimes they last till 11 o'clock. So are we going, I think we did put some thought into this. A couple points that I'll make is the comparisons that were given of 10 or 12 communities. I'm not sure that a single one of those communities was the size of ours or has the traffic flow of ours. Places like Maroa and Warrensburg are much smaller towns, much more neighborhood friendly. We have a maximum right now of 25 to 30 cars registered in the city. With the fuel prices and stuff, I can see that increasing. But I'll also say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And I saw a post by a local news media outlet and several comments on it. Quite frankly, it wasn't strong either way. Some of them said yes. For everyone that said yes, there were equally the number said no. And I looked down that list, and I'm not sure a single person who had an opinion about it has a golf cart in the city of Clinton. It's an issue, but is it really an issue? I mean, I understand those that have them, want to be able to go to a ball game, a football game, something of that nature, and be able to watch that and still ride a cart home after dark. I get that. I only caution you as to what door you open. 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock, whether you go to the ball game or sitting at the bar from 4 o'clock till 10 o'clock. It's the same difference, okay? 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock.
The chief wondered if most of the noise about the issue was coming from residents that did not have a golf cart or even those outside the community. The city attorney will work to craft a change to the ordinance to expand the hours of golf carts in Clinton to 10 p.m., and the council will take it up at its next meeting. During the Easter season, kids enjoy the excitement of a good Easter egg hunt, and a University of Illinois nutrition educator says it's not uncommon to find eggs of different colors. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, U of I Extension nutrition educator in DeWitt, Macon, and Piatt Counties, Caitlin Mellendorf, told Regional Radio, just like you might encounter a big blue egg on an Easter egg hunt, you may encounter a big blue egg elsewhere as well.
Since I am not the ag person, I will probably not explain this 100% well, but I wanted to start out with just different colored eggs. So, of course, yes, we just came off of Easter, and for anyone that did Easter egg hunts or dyed eggs, you can make the eggshell turn colors with different dyes, but actually some breeds of chickens do produce other colored eggs. So in a grocery store, probably we're familiar with seeing white eggs and brown eggs. But there are some breeds of chickens that do have like a slight blue color or a slight green color. We had a farm tour, many, many years ago up in DeWitt County, and the farmer brought out his kind of the greenish color to the egg. So that was really fun for the kids that were on that trip with us to be able to see. So nutritionally, it's going to be an egg, and we'll talk about nutrition here in a bit, but no matter the color, just know that it's coming from different breeds. That's really the only difference. It's not, one is not better than the other. It's just about different breeds, but it is really fun sometimes to have those different colors just for the novelty of it.
According to Mellendorf, when you're shopping at the grocery store, just because you encounter a more expensive brown egg does not necessarily mean it's better nutritionally. She says there's a lot of factors that may make an egg brown, including a hen's size or diet. And when you're purchasing an egg from a carton in the grocery store, Mellendorf says those eggs are likely coming from various parts of the Midwest, if not the country. She points out you'll find the fresher the egg, the more vibrant the colors of the yolk.
I think the coloring can be so much brighter, more vibrant with the yolk, with those farm eggs that are like close to home. I've got a farmer out of Findlay that I go buy her eggs, and I feel like that yolk is always just such a bright, vibrant color. Yeah, they definitely, I would say they have a fresher taste, probably because they are being purchased maybe within a couple days, maybe a week, whereas just because of our food system in the U.S., we are getting eggs from different parts of the country. They're going to be, traveling on trucks for a little while. They're sitting in the grocery store shelves for a little while. So they may just have a slightly off taste, that's maybe a little less fresh than what you might get when you go to a local farm, but also diets are a little different, and we can talk about some of the different language on packaging that can impact the diets of these chickens, that can also change the color of the yolk and have some of the different flavor profiles that you see inside the yolk.
Eggs offer a tremendous value nutritionally as well. According to Mellendorf, they offer a lot of protein, but there are also nutrients in them that are showing to prevent various diseases. It is 17 minutes after the hour here on this Tuesday morning. Coverage of the WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Partly cloudy, 34 degrees in Clinton. It feels like 29 outside. We'll see sunny skies today with highs around 50. Get the latest in local news and weather anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com. Local sports is on the way.
MR Systems Wireless has an immediate opening. They're looking for a full-time internet installer to perform the initial setup of wireless internet and voice over IP services, as well as troubleshoot and repair wireless and phone services for customers. You'll be responsible for the basic installation and maintenance of wireless equipment. No experience necessary. Includes health benefits, mileage reimbursed. Starting pay is $15 an hour. Find out more and apply by going to mrsystemswireless.com, then clicking About, then Employment. Equal opportunity employer.
It's time to think farm safety. Each year, half of all farm injuries involve the head, eyes, hands, or feet. Good quality equipment, such as hard hats, goggles, safety shoes, and gloves, can prevent 4 out of 10 farm accidents, but only if it's used. Please, make safety a priority on your farm.
Today and every day in 2022, think and practice safety first.
Brought to you by Stoutenborough Insurance Agency in Maroa, where experience counts.
At Central Illinois Outdoors, with me, Jared White, we want you to be a part of the program as well via the Archer's Alley Catch of the Week. Each week, we'll select one of your pictures submitted at centralillinoisoutdoors.com and invite you to tell your story of the great outdoors. We're looking for your kid's first catch or even your first big buck. There's a simple, easy form you can fill out on your phone or computer at centralillinoisoutdoors.com. Send us your story, send us your pic. centralillinoisoutdoors.com and the Catch of the Week, brought to you by Archer's Alley, North 22nd Street, Educator.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. The Clinton High School boys basketball team last Thursday afternoon made a big splash when they hired former Warrensburg Latham boys basketball coach Vic Binkley. Coach Binkley is ready to get started with his new team and says he spoke with officials from Clinton schools over the last few weeks, and he and his wife felt it would be a good fit for them.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. My wife and I both agreed that it was probably a great move for us, a good fit. And we can't wait to get started. I know Clinton, they have a lot of good talent. We just want to mold that and get them being where we can compete for championships every year.
Coach Binkley plans to bring his acclaimed 1-2-2 full court press and a 2-3 half court zone defense to Clinton. He says while those defenses are what he's known for, he's not afraid to throw the kitchen sink out there.
Well, we're going to press. And over the years, we've changed a lot, but we still get after you on that 1-2-2. We'll be full court, 3/4, half. But, we play a 2-3 matchup, which not too many teams do. We'll play a little man, and we want to play more man because I know Clinton has some individuals that can play a good man. Once in a while, we'll throw a gimmick at you. We'll play a box of one on you. Offensively, we spread the floor. We take the first good shot, and it's got to be a good shot. We're not going to rush. We're going to push the ball up the floor. We don't want to turn the ball over, and we do a lot of ball reversal, and we run a good motion offense, either 41, where you have a big player inside, or we'll go 5 out. We want to control the tempo of the game at both ends.
Coach Binkley says relationships with kids, parents, and school leaders is the number one thing and looks forward to getting to know everyone within the program.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a challenge, and I'm up for it. I'm excited about it, but relationships probably is the number one thing. We got to have good relationships with the players. We got to make it fun for them. Basketball is fun, but we got to continue to, where they want to be there. They want to come out. They don't want to miss out. We got to build relationships with the parents where they can trust me. I have an open phone line. We want to talk about problems. I always tell them if they have an issue, call me. If they don't like what comes from that, then they can call the AD. But the thing is, I'm going to call them if I have an issue. And they got to, there's that relationship. We want that. We want them to feel like I'm treating everybody fairly. We're going to win, and we're going to work very hard to win, but we're going to do it the right way, too. I think, they're going to be young men developing. They're going to understand that there's a wrong way and a right way, and we're going to do it the right way.
Coach Binkley, in 33 years at Warrensburg Latham, compiled a 583 win and 351 loss record with 15 regional titles and 2 state tournament appearances. Since 2000, the Clinton boys basketball program has had 1 regional title and just 3 winning seasons. Coach Binkley will be the Maroons' 7th coach in that same span. Monday night's game between the Chicago White Sox and Cleveland Indians Cleveland Guardians, was postponed because of bad weather. The game was called about 5 hours before the scheduled 6:10 Eastern first pitch after rain and snow fell most of the day and temperatures dropped into the 30s. The teams were rescheduled for a day-night doubleheader on July 12th. The postponement delayed a matchup of AL Cy Young Award winners between Dallas Keuchel and Cleveland's Shane Bieber. Both are scheduled to start tonight in the opener of a 3-game series. Keuchel was the Cy Young winner with Houston in 2015, while Bieber won it in 2020. Chicago leads the AL Central despite having several key players on the injured list, including pitchers Lucas Giolito and Lance Lynn, along with third baseman Yohan Moncada and outfielder A.J. Pollock. The Sox are coming off a 4-2 homestand that ended with Sunday's 9-3 loss to Tampa Bay. Cleveland was swept in a 3-game series by San Francisco after winning 4 in a row. The Guardians scored 4 runs after entering the weekend, leading the majors in scoring. Cleveland played its first series at Progressive Field since the club's name change as well. You can hear tonight's action on WHOW. Seiya Suzuki extended his hitting streak to 9 games, tying Akonori Ayamura for the longest by a Japanese-born player at the start of a major league career as the Chicago Cubs beat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2 on a cold Tuesday night in Chicago. Suzuki singled to left, leading off the 4th, matching the mark that Iwamura set with the Rays in 2007 and tying Andy Pafko's record for a Cubs player at the start of his career, set in 1943. Suzuki was thrown out by left fielder Randy Arozarena trying to stretch his hit to a double. A call upheld the call in a video review. Suzuki, though, is hitting .429 after a 2-for-3 night. There were intermittent snow flurries throughout the game, and the temperature was 40 degrees at game time with a 16-mile-per-hour wind that resulted in a 34-degree wind chill. Several Rays wore hand warmers. Ian Happ's RBI single in the 8th against Jeffrey Springs broke a 2-2 tie and drove in Suzuki, who was hit by a pitch from Jason Adam leading off the inning. Frank Schwindel homered to right in the 8th off Javi Guerra, who made his Tampa Bay debut one day after he was acquired from San Diego for cash. Keegan Thompson got Arozarena to ground into an inning-ending double play in the 5th and struck out 5 in 3 2/3 innings, allowing 1 hit. David Robertson pitched around a walk in the 9th for his 4th save in 4 chances, one shy of the 37-year-old right-hander's total from 2018 to 21. He retired Manny Margot on a game-ending groundout. Cubs starter Kyle Hendricks gave up 2 runs and 5 hits and 4 1/3 innings. Shane McClanahan, allowing 2 runs, 1 earned, and 4 hits in 6 innings, had a career-high 9 strikeouts. Patrick Wisdom hit his first home run of the season in the 2nd, a drive about 3/4 up the left field bleachers. The 2-run drive scored Suzuki, who reached on a throwing error by shortstop Taylor Walls. Wisdom has 7 hits in his last 4 games after starting the season 1 for 21. Tampa Bay tied the score on singles by Man Choi in the 4th and Josh Lowe in the 5th. Josh Fleming starts Tuesday night for the Rays, while Justin Steele gets the ball for the Cubs. Johnny Gaudreau, Dylan Dubé, and Blake Coleman scored in the 1st as Calgary raced past the Blackhawks 5-2 Monday night. The Flames clinched a playoff spot Saturday, then celebrated with a 9-1 victory over Arizona. They traveled all day Sunday, yet still had enough to hold off the struggling Blackhawks. Jacob Markstrom made 22 saves as Calgary won for the 7th time in 8 games. Gaudreau and Oliver Kylington tacked on empty netters for the Pacific Division leaders in the final minute 32. Chicago lost for the 10th time in 11 games. Tyler Johnson and Alec Regula scored. Kevin Lankinen made 30 stops. The Blackhawks played without Mackenzie Entwistle after the forward departed in the 1st with a right shoulder injury. King said Entwistle will not travel with the team on its upcoming road trip. Blackhawks forward Kirby Dach missed his 2nd straight game with a right shoulder sprain. Coach King says Dach will also not travel with the team for its road trip. The Blackhawks are at Arizona Wednesday night. Get sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hear Clinton Maroon live play-by-play this season on WHOW, the Big 1520 Daytime. 92.3 FM in DeWitt County and 106.5 in Bloomington Normal all the time. Plus, streamed at DeWittDailyNews.com on the WHOW mobile app and Amazon Alexa. Plus, tune in for a Best of Clinton Sports broadcast every Saturday morning at 10. All brought to you by Baum Chevy Buick, Clinton Athletic Boosters, Clinton Community YMCA, and Midstate Eye.
It's getting expensive to drive out of town to find what you need. This is Connie from Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton, suggesting that you look here first. From household items to decor, books, electronics, and clothes, we have a little bit of everything. So look here first and save. Check us out on Facebook or DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate. It's that time of year again.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to change my clocks.
No, I mean it's time to spring forward and list your home.
No wonder I've been late all week.
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
Click the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. It was the news that many airline passengers are waiting for, word that the Biden mask mandate for travelers was no longer in force. Some Delta passengers got the word on their flight's intercom. They erupted in cheers. A federal judge in Florida struck down the mask mandate. The White House calls the ruling disappointing. Russian forces launching their anticipated offensive. It spans a 300-mile front, focusing on eastern Ukraine, the country's industrial heartland. Ukrainian President Zelensky remains defiant, says Ukrainians will fight for every square inch of their land. Customs and Border Protection says it stopped migrants more than